We are here on this week's episode of Coco in the Powder Room, and we have the connoisseur of everything, content, marketing, freelancing, Beth here. How are you?
Oh my God, connoisseur. I don't think I've ever been introduced as a connoisseur.
I kind of also I know that means you do a lot of things, right? But then I was like, does that also mean chef or something? I don't even know.
I mean, I could be a chef right now.
Yeah.
I'm currently in my chef era, actually. I just cooked up a storm before I came here. HelloFresh, not sponsored, but I'm loving it.
Well, the sponsorship will come in. It'll come.
Well, we hope. That's kind of...
That's what we're waiting for.
The reason why. But I'm good. I got back from Europe last week. So it
amazing.
was, that kind of time.
Did you love it?
Yes. It was so cool going away because we were away for 5.5 weeks. It was me and my partner, and it was just such a nice time to spend together as well, which I really liked. That was so much fun, and just being away, and I think you get a whole different perspective when you go to a different country, and you see everything and
culture
that sort of side.
And everything like that.
And just sitting on the beach, laying on the beach. I just loved it so much.
You've actually got that glow as well.
Thank you. I feel like it's definitely fading. When we were over there, I definitely did not feel tanned because we'd go to the beach and you'd see us pale white.
Yeah. And everyone else is they're like leather over there.
I know.
They've been tanning for their whole life.
I know. I was in the water and then I saw my partner and I was like, oh my God, we are so white. You could just see us sticking out like sore thumbs, and I was like, we need to lap this up.
We need it.
I know, but apart from that, it was good. I ended the trip on exactly $0.
Oh my gosh, really? Go you.
I was crawling to the finish line.
Oh my gosh.
Tesco meal deals were pretty much all I ate.
I was watching that.
I had one. I had the sushi from Tesco's. I vomited.
No.
Yeah, it was really sad because I really, really
and
wanted
you're like,
sushi.
this is the last of my money. Do I need to be appreciating this food?
Yeah, so my last meal I had was just Tesco sausage rolls.
Yum.
They're so good.
Yum.
People don't like them enough, cold sausage rolls.
Yeah.
I really like that. But yeah, that was kind of...
Favorite place?
South of France. 100%.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I feel like we've been saying that. I feel like when you come back from Europe, and I was saying this to Martha, who works at Remix, I was like, ever since I've been back, it's the standard questions.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm just South of France. But we just loved it because it was so easy to get around. You would go out for the day, get food, go shopping, and then you just go straight to the beach. And then that was on repeat, and that was so nice. That was so nice to have that break.
Because sometimes when you're traveling, as well, because you went to Amsterdam as well, right? A lot of the places can just be so busy, and a lot of the time you're there, you're not forced to do, but as in you're doing a lot of walking, and there's a lot of things you need to go see because you're there only for a short amount of time. Whereas when you're in south of France, it's
that was actually the first place that we went to, and I'd never been before because before that we were with my grandparents, my nan and my auntie and my cousin, and it was just so nice that was the perfect way to get into it. We got into the time zone really nice, family dinners, barbecues,
nice.
That was really cool before we started the whole intense 30,000 steps a day. It was crazy, but Nice was good. Rome, we found it was just so hot.
It's hot, and it's a lot. It's the same as I was saying, it's a lot, tourists and everything, as being a tourist, as in you're just holy, there's so many people here right now, and it's so
Nick
hot.
Street, church, temple, it's just it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But then I think you just take it for granted a lot when you are just walking around that much. You don't get to enjoy it. I don't want to sound ungrateful, but it's you kind of get the heat becomes the main priority, and you can't.
And you're where's the next aircon shop?
I know.
Get me in there, just shut it. I'm not going to buy anything, but I'm just going to just stand
I was
here.
going home 3 times a day to get showered because I'd be dripping in
I can imagine.
My partner brought chocolate from the dairy. I don't even think they call it a dairy, but he got it outside within a minute. It was just melted. He's just walking on the sidewalk, trying to eat it.
It's Maldives chocolate everywhere.
I know, such tourists.
No.
But yeah, that was definitely the hardest part. Was probably just moving around a lot, but we're so grateful. We saw so many places.
Yeah, you did. You were in a lot of places. I swear, every time I checked, I was
I know.
Somewhere else now. I was
I just loved vlogging it so much. I really liked taking people along. I say this 1 million people were watching, but it was really cute.
When you add up the views, it probably is 1 million.
But after our trip, or towards the end of the trip, we were just laying in bed one night and we're just scrolling through all the vlogs that I made, and we're oh my God, I can't believe that we did that then. Like, this is all the same trip. Like, it felt really weird in that sense. That you've done everything
you're doing
then.
so many different things. And I think the thing is as well, when you go away, is like you don't really have like any shame like videoing and stuff as well. You're just like, oh, they're just people just are like, oh, they're just a tourist or whatever.
But I'd seen some videos where like people were doing like their 0.5 hold, you know, like that one. And like people would just like grab your phone off of you. I was so scared about that.
Imagine
I had
like
my,
losing
safety belt or whatever you call it. Like I wore that for the first few days. I had this like Oakley one that was like humongous because I wanted to put my camera in it, and I'd have like the 3 zips and like the padlock, and I'd be like, I'm not filming in public, and everyone's just wearing side shoulder bags, and I was like, I look ridiculous. I am literally a target right now.
It makes you look even more.
So I took it off.
I
was like, if I get robbed, then at least I'm going down in style. Like,
exactly. And then that's a good story.
I know. Exactly. Well, thank God we didn't get pickpocketed.
That is so good.
That's your biggest fear when you're over there.
Yeah. And I think sometimes, like, obviously there are places you go, like when I went to Europe, I found like I didn't actually ever feel like there was a time I thought I was going to be pickpocketed. Whereas like before you leave, did you find that everyone's like, be careful with pickpocketing?
Yeah.
And that's why you get all really scared and you get that bag and everything. And you get there and you're like, wait.
It's the Uniqlo bag for me. Have you seen that?
Yes.
I could not bring myself to get it because I just seen so many videos of people's like beaten up Uniqlo bags and everyone's like, stop putting them with outfits. Like,
they're like in every single like trip photo of the trip, the Uniqlo bags.
Have you seen that trend? And it's like where people are like, I'll be there. I did it with my Aperol.
That's a good thing to be there. I did mine with my microphones. I'll be there.
I think that's where I saw it, but I was like, man, I just love Aperol so much. So.
Yeah. And it's just like when you're over there, drinking is like, depending when you're out, it's so cheap.
It is. It was cheap in some places, but sometimes I'd go to a restaurant and it would be like 12 euros for an Aperol, which actually probably isn't that bad when you convert
same as here, but still.
Yeah, it's like I'm over there, I'm already paying to be there, like I kind of want a cheap Aperol. So it'd be like Aperol or dinner, and it's like Aperol. Yeah. Obviously, like I'll just go to Tesco's and
Aperol and Tesco. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. Let's get into these questions. I'm excited. So my kind of first thing I knew you as was Isla Markets, which is like so amazing. I literally like, you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you.
So I was going to ask, when did the idea for Isla Markets come to you, and what steps did you take to bring it to life?
So I started Isla Markets in February 2023. So I was still in uni. It was my last year, my 4th year of uni, and I wanted to just sell my clothes, really. I always knew that I wanted to have something like a business. Like I was always really driven in that sense that I could see myself always having something that I would do. I was working part-time at a marketing agency.
Nice.
And I was studying management and business and psychology too.
Yeah.
So I was
like, you've always had a full schedule.
Yeah. So I've always been a pretty busy person, and I think I had just been on semester break and I got this idea where I was like, in Australia, they do it really well with the markets. I'm sure you've heard of Hunter Markets. There's also Thrifters in the Gold Coast, and it just pops off. And I was like, we don't have anything like that here that suits the niche of like, I had so much Mr. Winston.
I was literally, that was the first thing I was going to say, Mr. Winston.
Oh my God, like in COVID, I would have 10 laptops all spread out. No. My boyfriend's laptop, everyone like getting their passcodes in to get these Mr. Winston hoodies. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy. And I think everyone just became like, you were bracketed under like the Mr. Winston girls. Like you had like Sofa Dofa in there, and you're like, okay,
100%.
We're all bracketed probably under the basic white girls.
Yeah. Oh,
but it was like that kind of thing that I had in my closet. And I was like, I don't think people on Trade Me here are appreciating that I'm selling this for very cheap. And I kind of was like, I've got all these clothes that I know people would really love. Younger girls, that I just wanted to create a market where it could be more of like a vibe than it is like a market. And that's what I really wanted to create, was more of a vibe and like a place for girls like to feel comfortable and come in and just be with other like-minded people. So I drafted up a business proposal, similar to the ones I don't know if you did year 13 business.
Yeah,
I found deep in my drafts my year 13 business proposal that I did for NCA.
This is perfect.
Yeah, and I was like, copy. And then I just like put in different market names. Really, like I wanted to call it Poppy Markets after my dog.
Cute.
I kind of didn't have like it wasn't a solid idea, but I had a general thing that I wanted to make. I made that presentation, sent it to my mum's partner, and I was like, I want to do this. Can you help me?
Go, yeah.
I don't know how to like start a business. And then he was like, this is a really good idea. Like, get it moving. You know, and then I just started asking around. I was like, my best friend Stella, she's receives a lot of like influencer stuff. I was like, how are brands messaging you? Like, I kind of need to know. She sent me a draft of like something that a brand had said. I copy and pasted it and I sent it around to the girls that I knew that sort of had a following, that were like my good friends at the time. So I thought they'd be happy to help me out.
Yeah.
And I kind of just like started a market, started the Instagram, started the TikTok. And this was I had no idea what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I obviously started marketing. I studied psychology, so I sort of knew a bit about consumer behavior. But that was the first time where I was like, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to do it and see if it sticks.
And it literally has, and I think as you're saying with like consumer marketing and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I think you picked the perfect niche, and you have the top consumers.
Yeah.
You had so many consumers, like as in with the Minster Winston and all the brands, like with Jean and stuff. Like I did my market there, and I think I brought as much as I saw.
Yeah, that's like, the problem, but it's also a good thing.
It's such a good thing. You're refreshing the wardrobe.
Yeah.
And it's so cool. And it is also like, you do get like a lot of like big names as well, like really cool people in there. So then there's so much traction as well. Like
that was one thing that I wanted to do from a marketing perspective, is I've always liked influencer marketing in the sense that, you know, these influencers make a community, and they have like these people who follow them for a reason, because like we love them and we love their lifestyle. And so I thought, if I could leverage through that, then that would build really the people who come to the markets. And that was a big thing that I did when I first started. Now it's not so much, because I feel like the shift in marketing has changed just throughout the years. Like, it's more community driven, which I think is amazing. Like, it's the people that are buying the stuff. It should be community driven. But back then I was very much influencer marketing, like trying to get as many influencers on as I can.
Yeah. And even now, because it's like, yes, having the influencers is so good. But also when you have girls that like aren't influencers, there's whole new friendship groups. And as you say, when you first started out, your friends had your back and they showed up. Whereas like, even like when I did my market with Indie, like our friends showed up because we were doing our market, you know, like, so it's all kind of a domino effect, right? And I think one of the cool parts about it is you're getting like, it's helping like the flow and effect of like people getting new season stuff and things really quickly. Because I think, I don't know if like used to be quite bad in the sense, definitely when I was in uni, I was just like moving through what I liked so quickly. Like, I would never rewear and everything like that. And now I definitely like have slowed down on that. But Isla Markets is so good in the fact that it also gets like everyone to have a chance to wear something they really want. Like, I had stuff that I used to love and I sold, and it's like those girls are younger, so they haven't like got into that. Because you know how sometimes style goes in like year levels sometimes? And it's like, I can see they're so excited to have that. I'm like, yes, it's so fun.
And it's so funny. So there is a very young audience who do come to Isla Markets, which wasn't in the plans. It just kind of happened, which is amazing. We love them.
Yeah.
But I remember this one girl who came and she's like, what is a bank account? How do I bank transfer? So I feel like I'm really teaching the youth like online shopping. Well, not online shopping, but it's in person. But like, how to use your bank account, how to use like PayWave and all that stuff. So many
facets of it. Right?
I know, it's so funny, but it's really cool because I always say, like, I think I have it on my website as well, I'm introducing them to like recycling clothes. Yeah. Even if they know it or not. Like, I remember when I was younger and I think I couldn't buy. My first thing I bought was from Hello Molly and it was my ball dress in year 12 and I was so excited to buy something online. Like I just had my debit card. Like I'd unlocked the power of online shopping. But I never had enough money to like buy clothes that were trending. Yes. And so now there's a place that you can go buy these like, I never know what brands to say because I feel like it differentiates all the time and depending what you're after. But I guess it is mostly like Princess Polly, Mr. Winston. It's all those Aussie brands that people love because we've bought them and now we're passing them on. Yes. And I think girls, they like love coming and seeing that kind of stuff. Like I see a very big shift. When I first started, it was Princess Polly and Mr. Winston, Harperloo with Harperloo, and now it's like Scuffers. And it's so funny. I'm like, wow, I'm like seeing what people are wanting, like recycled, which is so cool. But I guess like it also came from my love of thrifting. Like I religiously went to the op shops all the time. My other best friend Paris really got me into that. She's a big thrifter, and so I was like coming with her to the charity shops and being like, wow, like oh my god, I've just found like a Ganni top for $50 or like a bit less.
Crazy.
And I would just, the excitement fills you up so much.
Yeah.
The whole day you're like, look at this, like I got this recycled.
Like the gem, like,
and so it's, but every time you go to a charity shop, it's not like that. Like you have bad op shopping days.
Then when you go to Island Markets, it's like,
I know,
boom, boom, like everything you want.
Which is so cool, and I'm so glad that I've been able to make that in the sense where it's like people can come and you find something you love. I mean, not all the time do you find that, and that's just how recycling works. I guess I also wanted to make a place where it's all sizes were welcomed, and this is definitely something that we are working on a lot more. Obviously, I'm a size 12 to 14. I want to buy clothes too. Like I'm looking out for that sort of thing, and I think that's why I want to make Island Markets a lot more like personal, is that, you know, we're not just there for the smaller sizes. Like, we're there for everyone. It is really hard when it is recycled clothes because I have to look for this. It's a stool holder. Like, it's not my sizing. I'm not making these clothes.
Exactly.
If I could, I would make them in all sizes, like ranging from small to large, like
100%.
larger sizes. But it's whoever comes through the market, and like I'm trying to push for that a lot more. But in the sense where it's like, I'm not going to take someone because they've got like a range of sizes, and if they're selling stuff from Shein, like that's not it's really hard. I found it really hard where it's like you've got to put a cut to, yes, they have like a range of sizes, but they're not selling the brands of what our market is for, and so it's like definitely trying to combat that.
Exactly. Well, you're doing such a great job, and as well, like there's obviously more styles coming in too, because as you say, it kind of started off those particular brands and it's spreading. And I think also, I don't know if I'm wrong in saying this, but style is kind of, people kind of are having a more broader range of style in their closets nowadays.
Yeah, when I started, it was the rise of capsule wardrobe.
Yes.
And I think it was at a really good time because we had just come out of like spamming Tiger Mist. Yeah. And what's the other brand? Like Lioness. Like I would go on them. IMG was the one thing that I had so much of.
IMG.
Like I would look at their website every day. So we had just come out of a period of buying fast fashion because we had so much disposable income because of COVID. Not everyone, but for me, I was like getting 80% wages for doing nothing. And then it was going into a capsule wardrobe, so everyone had all this clothes that they wanted to sell. So it came at a good time. Now I am seeing like, I think it's just the economy. People need to sell their clothes. Girls are finding it hard to pay for, or just like have the brands that people want to buy secondhand.
Yeah, definitely.
In that kind of sense. But
and like what op shop is like, no shade on the op shops, not the op shops, but what op shops are having the brands that you're having and everything. It's like,
exactly. And
like to go into an op shop and find that is like, that's when you're going home to the gym, you're like, no way.
I know, and it's like, it's quite cool because what I do is I post all the stall holders who are selling. So it's like, if you like them and you like the clothes that they sort of wear in their fashion, then you know they're probably going to be selling something that you want to buy too. So it's the opportunity to have that, have the environmental benefits, and also like it's not costing your whole leg to buy a set for, which is, that's it.
And the thing is as well, what I was going to say is, I've missed my train of thought.
Mental blank.
I was going to say, that's what I was going to say, is it takes out, because I always like, when I used to sell my clothes, it would be through Depop or it would be Design Marketplace and stuff. And it's the admin of like waiting, and then you get like someone who wants to like barter you down, and then you're like, got this pile of clothes in your room for so long and you don't know what to do with it. Whereas like when you go to Island Markets, go boom, most of it's gone, and then the rest of it, like you can.
I think when you are ready to sell your clothes, you have this instant gratification where it's like, okay, I pulled everything out from my wardrobe, like I'm selling it for that much, and then you list it on Designer Wardrobe or Depop, which no shame because I use those platforms every day still. Like I love them and I love shopping on them. But you do pull out your clothes and you have this expectation that they're going to sell. And it's like, well, you've still got to keep them in your house. You've then got to send them and package them, which is not easy for everyone.
Exactly.
And then you get those people, and it's probably me, who you put it up for $50 and I'm like 10.
20. Yeah,
which is so bad. But it's like, you have those people.
Yeah.
And that was one thing, like I would sell my clothes on Designer Wardrobe and Depop. And the thought of like having to take a photo of myself in my clothes. If you looked at my Depop now, I can't delete it for some reason, but there's like a photo of me wearing this long sleeve shirt. It's so tight. Like I'm not wearing a bra under it, and I'm like up close like this. And I'm like, $20. Like, who's gonna buy that?
It's the most like the day that you're just like, and then you're like, oh, I know. I have to look at these photos.
And some people have really cool photos, and I'm like, I'm not a model.
And they like sell them as well.
I know, and I'm like, okay, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So that also helped. And when I did my first market, I obviously sold my clothes, and I was like, most of them went. And I think that's the thing people also think when they come to the markets, is they think that all their clothes is going to sell.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you have 150 items you're bringing to the market, I'm really sorry, but they're not all going to sell.
Yeah.
But you're going to probably get most of them gone if your pricing's right.
100%. Where did the name Isla Markets come from? And also, how like many people are you regularly getting to the markets?
Okay, so the name was literally just from baby names.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's my baby. Mum and I were just on the couch, and I had said Poppy Markets, and there is a Poppy Markets in America.
Oh my gosh.
And in my head I'm like, well, I'm going to be so like rich and famous, I can't have
You're going to get cancelled.
Yeah. So we were just looking at baby names, and I don't know, she said Isla, and then I was like, no, I don't want that name. And then she said, she's like, what about like I'll have all that? And I was like,
why did that kind of be?
I know, and it's like, I'll take that.
I love that.
I know. So that's why on my name tags, I should have bought one, but it's like, need any help? I'll help you or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I was in my Canva era, wrote it on Canva, and my like, Canva writing looks like Canva sass or something like that.
Canva sass.
And then I was just like, oh, like that name looks really pretty.
Yeah.
I could probably work with this.
Isla's a pretty name.
So it's stuck.
That looks.
Yeah. And so really the logo, I wish I could take credit for. I did
it's
not
a really cute
that.
logo.
I sadly didn't design that. And that was probably the only thing that I got like outreach for, was my logo, because I didn't want to mess it up. And I feel like when you start a business or anything, everyone's like, just start it. Like, it'll come later. And I was like, I can't. Like, you don't understand.
This is scary.
I was like, I need a logo. Yeah. So that was the first thing I had the logo. And then I started the page.
Nice.
And then everything was go from there. But yeah, that's how I got Isla Markets.
That is so cute. I love that name. I think it's really cute.
I know, it's really stuck. And people are like, oh, hey, Isla. And I'm like,
no, not me.
I know. And like when I send emails, it's like, hi, Isla. Like, I'm so... And I'm like, oh, yeah, you didn't see the kind regards, Beth.
Yeah, you missed that.
Fine. I just go with it. It's okay. Yeah. Like, yeah, I have no one called Isla in my family.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though. Then it's like something new.
I get like a
fresh
tattoo that says Isla.
Yeah, you should. Go, girl. Get a tattoo at the market.
Imagine
get a stall.
That would be kind of crazy.
That would be fun.
A tattoo on.
All the 16-year-old girls be like, oh no.
I know, the mum's coming in like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Don't be doing that.
But how many people do I come in? So when I first started, I had 40 people, and this was huge. I had a line.
It's like,
and they all came at the start, which was
I love that.
Crazy. It was so cool. I did it in Meadowbank, and I think I did it on like a Sunday afternoon. So I had 40 people, and like that
is so good.
Yeah, like coming through. I think it was a bit more, but back then I was like charging like $2. I don't even think I charged. Oh no, I charged people to come in. I didn't charge stallholders. So I was like, I'm so sorry if no one buys your clothes. Like, I'm not going to charge you guys. I had 40 people then, and then my next one was in Oraki, and I had like 200 people.
Oh my gosh.
And it was crazy. It just like blew up from
that. Is so cool. And like nowadays it's definitely like evened out, so it's more sitting at like a 200 to 250 mark on
which
average,
is incredible. Which is like if you think about it, my hall can only fit 150 people, and that's like safety hazards. You're not including tables and racks and everything.
100%. And then like with stalls as well. Like there's so many people like coming in and out. Like compare that to like how many people enter a store in one day.
Oh, it's crazy. And I'm someone who does get very overstimulated fast, so I do have to be very careful of that in the sense that I think it's because the second market I did went so well and it was constantly busy that if it's not constantly busy, I feel like I failed.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I failed the stall holders, and like that's the last thing I ever want to do is like waste someone's time. Like that is like my biggest fear is I don't want to waste your time. And I just like feel like it has to be constantly busy, but I'm trying to be better in the fact that I'm staggering like people coming through.
Yes.
And I don't want to obviously piss people off who are waiting outside.
Yeah.
But it's like you've got to be courteous to the stall holder, like they've got to look after their stuff, and then also the customers shopping and like basically a rave is the hardest thing ever.
Oh, 100%. And especially like if it's hot and you're like overwhelmed.
It was so hard when I was in Christchurch. So the first Christchurch market we did, it had 400 people turn up, and the hall was like half the size of what I usually use.
Oh my
gosh. We had 10 stall holders. I have like between 16 and 18 usually.
Yeah.
And obviously I had 10 because I was like, I don't think anyone's going to show up in Christchurch.
Yeah. 400 people
400
later.
people. We had turned up. I brought my I'm name dropping on my best friends, Maddie. She came with me. She was my support person through all my Christchurch markets that I did. She was with me, and we just turn up in my little Suzuki Swift that I'd hired for the day.
Cute.
And I just see like this huge line of girls just wrapped around, and I was oh my God, like this is crazy. And then the next thing I was like, how am I going to get everything through in 2 hours?
Yeah, that's crazy.
But we managed. So it's just like, I just got to think to myself, when there is a line outside in St. Heliers, everyone's going to get through.
Everyone is going to get through. And there's always going to be good stuff still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when I was there, literally at the end of the day, like someone hadn't brought someone's Beckenbridge dress, and I was like, how is that not gone? That's a sign. I need that. And what else do you have? Because I'll buy it.
Yeah, you're doing a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. I love, because I obviously look at all the clothes, take photos at the start, and I'm like, I've got my eye on that. Yeah. And I always say, I'm like, if that doesn't sell at the end,
I'll buy that.
I'll be getting that.
I will buy that.
And
oh my
like,
gosh.
Watch it throughout.
That literally was me. I was watching that Beckenbridge dress and I was like, should I just go buy it now?
I know.
Didn't tell. I was like, yes, I'll take that. Love that though. And also what I was going to say is I was doing my research on you and Isla Markets Online.
Oh yeah.
I saw that.
So I'm currently locked out of my Shopify. It's really embarrassing, which means if you do go on the website, it says our market is in June. I just can't access it. Like, it's really annoying. So I planned for Isla Markets Online last year. I got my friend Paris to take all these model photos and these clothes that I had that I wanted to start online. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm entering a whole different market here.
Yeah.
This is a whole range of target market. And you know what? I don't have the time to fight people right now.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not, like, obviously it's something that I really want to do in online, so with the business. But I think I just want to focus on one thing, which is just the market. Yeah. And I just can't remove that thing from Shopify right now.
I saw it and I was like, wait, what's going on here? But to be fair, like, it's just not right now.
I know.
Like,
I did post something on that website, and then I was like, I've just created the problem that I wanted to solve.
Yeah. So true.
And I really had to have a deep chat with myself and be like, what am I doing here?
What should I do right now?
I know. And it's like, you have so many ideas for a business like that, and how can I expand it? But you just have to be like, I can't do that right now.
Yeah,
I am not in the position to start fighting a whole new target audience. Not that we're fighting or anything, but it's like you do. Yeah. You become...
There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of online platforms to sell your clothes. Yeah. And I'm quite happy just being a market right now.
Yeah, I think, it's good. And it's good because I'm like that. I have all these ideas and I want them done as soon as I think of them. And I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. Maybe I should not.
Yeah, I was like, maybe if I was doing Isla Markets full time, it obviously would be a lot bigger and probably could have that capacity. But I don't like Isla Markets. It's 2% of my week. If that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the last thing I do.
Crazy. And on that, what are the best and worst parts of being a business owner?
Oh, I was thinking about that. I think definitely the best part is that you're doing this for yourself. Yeah. You're not working for someone else. And that's really cool because whatever you do with your energy and time is going into your business and that's your investment.
Yes.
And I love owning a business. And it's really hard because sometimes I'm like, am I a business owner? Like, this is a market. I'm not running Apple. You know, it's like, I think
it is like, Apple when to the people that go and line up.
Mean? But I think obviously, like, if I don't do it, then it doesn't get done.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, yeah, I do run my own business in that sense. Like,
a lot.
I have to do it for it to get done. And I love that. And I love how proud I can be of something that I've created. And this business, Isla Markets, like, set me up for where I am today. Like, I wouldn't be where I am working for who I am if I didn't have that business.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy to think.
So many people like know your name and like, well, as I was saying, it's straight to like my first thing is Isla Markets.
Yeah.
And then there's all these other amazing things that come with it. But it is so many connections and as well, like even, you know, having all those influences there and stuff, it's just like the thing I've learned now being older is life is all about connection.
100%. And I didn't know that at the time when I started. And literally, I went in there, I was just like messaging influencers that I liked personally. I like, when I think of that time when I was messaging people and like the people that I had, like, I feel like I had my eyes closed. I was like kind of just like poking around to see who I could get. I didn't know the industry. I wasn't ever in it. I had just seen it from such an outsider perspective. Then when I kind of got in it, when I started interning at Remix, I was like, oh my God, wait, that person, what do you mean? Like, they're getting paid that much? And I'm like, and they just sold at my market. Like, I just messaged them. Yeah. Like, why was that so easy? Yeah. And then I think the first time that was super cool was I had like Caitlin Wigg.
Yeah.
She's a huge influencer. And, like, I loved her vlogs and I'd always watched her through COVID.
Yes.
And I had her come and sell before she moved to LA. And I was like, oh my God, wait. When I started Remix, I was like, wait, this was really cool. Like, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And so I remember that time just going in so blind because I had no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was crazy.
I think that's almost good though in a way because if you didn't, like, you like maybe potentially wouldn't have the confidence to go message because you've been like, oh, they get paid this amount. They won't do
exactly.
it. Like, instead of...
Like, I just had no idea. And then when I started going to events last year through my work, they'd be like, oh, you run the market cycle. And I was like, yes, like I do. And then you just know people through that. And that was a really cool way, I think, to get into it because I sort of knew people who would sell at the market and that made it a whole lot easier. And then I'd obviously like meet people through work and stuff and then they'd sell and then I'd meet more connection, they'd sell. And then I think that's sort of how that grew. Definitely the worst thing I think as a business owner, which people don't really realize, is you have like no days off.
Yeah.
You have no days off. You have no sick leave. You have to obviously work overtime to make it work. Like in Europe, I didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Like I don't have that luxury. I had to take time off. I think coming back, I'm so lucky and I have so much flexibility and I love that so much. I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I would do anything to get out of my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Which I did. But you really just come to this realization that if you don't do this, then no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to push it for you. Like you are on your own time, but you have no sick leave. Like I can't get sick.
Exactly. Like you're going to have to show up to that market.
I know. You have to show up. And I think that's really also built my resilience in that sense where it's like, I don't care like how I'm feeling. If I'm feeling run down, if I'm feeling tired, I got to do it. Yeah. Like you just make it work.
And I think being in that mindset, right? Yeah.
I think also a lot of people ask like, oh, how do you balance it? And I'm like, you don't ever. Like, I'm really lucky that I have such amazing mentors, the people I work for. And it's like, you see them and you're like, you make it work. Yeah. But you're successful because of that reason. Like there is no balance.
Yeah, there is no balance. There is no. And that's even like what I find with even the podcast as well. Like I have to, like I'm like I need to go. Like I woke up my episode with the gynecologist and I was pretty dusty and I was like I need to step into it. I need to get my like.
You have to.
And I'm like, okay, I got Thresh.
I know.
Straight into it.
It was so funny.
Straight into it. But you're so right. Like it is not that really I've got a full business, but it's...
No, but it is because it's like you come home, you work full time. Yeah. You come home, you're doing this thing. Like you don't have... I don't remember... I think I was talking to Brie the other day and obviously I'd just come back from my trip and I had just been settling into things. I'd got back really... So the day I got back, I went to work. I had a meeting at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I landed at 6:30. I had a meeting at 9 a.m. I was like, I have to work. I need to make money. I'm on $0.
Yeah.
And
there's no Tesco here.
Yeah. And then I think because I had planned my week when I went away, I just like got a planner and recommend getting a diary. I don't know why I had it sooner, but I just like plan my whole days on that. I used to use Google Calendars, but now it's like I have to write it down.
Yeah.
It's like got into that level of stress. But anyway, I think I like sat for the first time with my mum and watched a movie. When I say watched a movie, I'm on my phone, obviously, like checking client stuff and emails. But I had actually kind of watched the movie. I probably have like ADHD because I have to do something all the time. And I was like, wow, this is really nice. And then I was like, I can't remember the last time I've had a night to myself.
That is crazy.
I think I would go crazy. And I actually did when I was away. That's why I did my vlogs every day because I genuinely couldn't not do anything.
Yeah. But that's so good. Like, and that's exactly what you want to be like in the type of space that you are. Like, that's where you have to be. Like, otherwise it won't happen.
I can't sit still. I have to be doing something. Like if I had like a day off, then I have to go and do something. I have to make plans.
Yeah.
I have to have a full day. I cannot have a day where I don't do anything because I will go literally crazy because I'm so structured in that sense.
Oh my
gosh,
like, that's so good.
I have to plan.
Yeah.
Like to the hour.
Yeah.
Otherwise I think I would be a chaotic mess.
Yeah. No, literally. It's like a organized chaos.
Exactly, yeah. So then when I started like doing YouTube, I was like, oh cool, like another thing I got to add to my thing. But it's like I love doing it.
Another one.
I'm like editing at 1 a.m. I'm like, this is perfect.
This is so good. This is so
this
good.
is what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Literally, I should have put YouTube on the list, but that's my next question.
I don't know. I don't think we can call ourselves that yet, but
CapCut connoisseur.
Yeah, before the sauce, teaching you how to use CapCut.
Yeah, literally. I'm getting all the tips right now. You're juggling so many things from freelancing to Isla Markets, Remix Mag, Ed and I, color analysis, and everything in between, CapCut and YouTube.
Yeah.
How do you balance it all? What are the challenges? What have been one of your most favorite moments of your career?
Oh, I just love all my clients. And I know that's so just like good, in a way where it's like, I don't know how I got so lucky to have the people I work for. I started with Remix.
Yeah.
I then got Ed and I, which then became 12 Hours. And I'm not even kidding, like the year before. That's where I met Stella.
Yes.
We went to this Women to Watch conference, and that's where I met.
I'm going to that.
Are you? It was so cool. Is it?
Yeah, it's like in September or something like that.
Yes, yeah, it's around that time.
I'm going to that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That was like the first conference I went to, and that was the first year of my market. So I was like, oh my God, this is kind of scary. I've never met anyone. And then that's where I met Stella. So it was really cool. We just talked to each other the whole time. So
I love that.
But I went to go see Edna, who I obviously work for now in Ed and I Body. I had met Brie before because she had always been someone that I looked up to, so I actually asked her for a coffee, so cool. Which was the scariest moment of my life. But
you don't ask
every day.
Yeah,
I know, and so it was really weird to think that two people who I really looked up to, I'm now working for, and it's just amazing. And like I count myself lucky every day that I can learn from the best people.
Cool.
And then I obviously started with Georgette, who works at Style by Georgette, and she is just amazing. Like it's so inspiring what she does and how she helps women. Color analysis completely changed my life.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that was even a thing. Obviously it was like huge in the 80s and then it had its resurgence.
And like in Asia and stuff, it's super popular.
Yeah. And I had never really seen it. And it was sort of, it came up so coincidentally how I worked with her. So I was working for Ed and I, working for Remix Magazine. And then that's only like, well, firstly, I was on an internship at Remix Magazine, so I wasn't getting paid.
Oh.
So I was only working 12 hours for Ed and I, which if you think about that, it's not a lot of money for a week, especially since I had just come off a full-time salary at my marketing agency that I was working with. And I worked at Kelly Club, I think it was called. And I was an after-school care and before-school care teacher last year, which is like, wow, we've done like a 360 here. I would like work there through the school holidays and all that, before school, after school. And then Georgette's application came up on Student Job Search because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get a job with Remix. Like, it was very last minute, and it happened so coincidentally that someone was going on leave that I kind of like picked up the role. So it was
nice.
It all just like fell into place, which was really cool. And then when I saw the thing come up on Student Job Search for Georgette, I was like, well, I do need to make about 10 more hours until I become like a freelancer.
Yeah.
And so I just like went to meet with her, had an interview. Turns out we have the same birthday, and our birthday was like 2 days before that, which was crazy.
That's so cute.
And I think that's kind of when
a sign.
you know, yeah, you kind of know where it's like you're meant to be. And I'm not someone who's like into my stars and horoscopes, but Georgette kind of is. And so I think she kind of saw that, and I was like, yes. And then started working with her, and it was so cool. And I've learned so much through that as well, because I started off being her first employee in her business. And so I just got really just thrown into the deep end and just had to learn it all and just like help someone who's also starting their business out, which was crazy. So
that would have been helpful for her as well. Like,
which was it was just really cool to see it from that perspective, and what she does is amazing, like helping ladies just feel good, like not even ladies, just like everyone feel good, because the power of colour is crazy.
Seriously, it is.
I'm like such an advocate. I feel like I could ramble on that for ages. Whoever, like when people talk to me, I'm like, oh no, this is like, I love it. Yes. But yeah, I guess I then became a freelancer, and I was like, oh my God, I'm self-employed.
Yeah.
Like, what does this mean? I had to get a Henry. I had to figure out taxes.
Just about to say that.
Like, that was definitely hard, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was so used to just getting a paycheck and just like being on my way. I was very comfortable. Like, I'd get the amount, but now it's like it varies each week depending on how much work I do or how much work there is. Like, I don't have a set paycheck, which is kind of scary. And
that is crazy.
Very hard to budget for. But, you know, we make it work. I think that's definitely like a challenge. I think with contracting, because I am looking after technically 4 things, like including my markets, I did find it quite hard how to balance and prioritize.
Yes.
And that was something that I struggled with at my marketing agency anyway. But I did have some experience in the sense that I had my own clients. I was a campaign manager before I left, so I already was like working with people. And so I had to sit down and be like, okay, just pretend you're like in a marketing agency and someone is giving you their task. And I just pretended to be like a random like boss person and be like, you do this, like here's your task for this client and this client. And that's how I had to get myself used to it, to be like, okay, you do have to split your time, you do have to be really conscious.
Yes.
I know you want to do everything that's fun and cool first, but you can't. Like, you have to get the basics down first, and then you can go on to the fun things. And that's definitely something that I've learned over the last 6 months, but we're still learning.
We're still learning.
We're still trying to prioritize and trying to balance, but
it's just like no one would, like, from an outsider's perspective, it's like you're doing so amazingly. Like,
thank you.
It seems like you just do it like easy.
It definitely looks like that, but you know, like, it's I think that's like one thing that I really wanted to show with my vlogs is I'm not trying to claim at all that I've like got it all figured out, because I really don't. Like, when I went away, I was like, what the hell am I doing with my life? Like, what am I doing? And like, you'd have mental breakdowns and start crying, and I'd like lay awake in the middle of the night and be like, what am I doing? Like, this is so scary.
There's so many things.
And I just like, you know, like, you don't really ever feel settled or comfortable because things happen so quickly in a day. So it's like you always have to be on your toes and on the ball. So it's very much intense, and it's very busy and chaotic, but I love that, and I really love my work. Like, I love what I do so much, and I think that's why I can take on a lot. Because I love it so much. Like, if I hated it, I
wouldn't be able to like push yourself to do it and
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. And in terms of like favorite moments, any like favorite moments in your career? Obviously, probably like Isla Markets and everything. All that.
I feel like when I think of my work, I actually don't even think of Isla Markets, and that is literally because it's like 1% of my week.
Yeah,
that is really surprising to people when they ask me that. I'm like, like I actually just do that at 1 a.m. at night. Like, that
I guess you've got it down pat now. Like,
it's really good how it is templated, which is nice. I would definitely say like a favorite moment. Oh, I don't know. I think over the last year since I've been doing freelancing, I really do love meeting new people.
Yeah,
and I really like that chance to like network and just connect with people and like build that, because I am so young in the industry that I am just like, I'm so fresh, like so new. So it's really cool being excited for events or like receiving like some free stuff. It's like really cool, and it like makes me really excited, and it's like that stuff is really cool. That, and then like I can do this and like talk to people and hopefully inspire people.
100% you'll be inspiring
because
people.
It's like I always looked up to these kind of people who did it, you know, and it's like I want to show that I can, like, if I can do it, then someone else can 100% do it, because who would have thought I would do this?
No, and you're literally doing so amazingly. And as you say that, I like fully agree with you, because I'm starting my kind of like in October, I would have done this for a year.
Yeah.
And like, now I'm starting to see like, brands reach out at me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
really?
so exciting.
Like I think people.
When I saw you at TBH, and like, it's my first event.
And
I was like,
what am I doing here? Like, I literally was like sitting there. I was like, what am I doing here? And I was like, am I not supposed to pay a bill right now? Like, I was
like, girl,
out.
Look around. Like, you need to be here. Like, this is so cool.
It was so, and as well, like meeting people. But it is like, I think for people listening, if they wanted to do similar things that we're doing to you're doing, is it doesn't like, obviously it takes a lot and you have to do a lot, but as in terms of say like following and stuff, you don't need to have 10,000 followers to be recognized. Because I think that was in my head. I was like, I'm not going to get, for a while with Coco and Powder, it's going to take a while to get some traction, but it's like, I'm not even at 1,000 followers. And,
but it's just like being yourself, and if you have like a brand ethos and you kind of know what you want to be and what you want to do, and it will happen over time. Like nothing happens overnight.
No.
And if you look at people who have blown up on TikTok, it's just like scroll back to maybe 5 years ago, and I tell you, they were putting in the work then. Like you're only seeing it now because they're like a recognized person.
Exactly.
It's like, but I really look up to people who are very much in their early stage, and I'm like, you are putting yourself out there. Like when I first started Island Markets, and I think I did like the first like post, and I shared it to my story, I was like shaking.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, like fucking like James. Sorry, I swore.
No, you can swear all the time.
I did hear Sophie say like the C word, and I was like, oh. I was like, okay, we're on.
We're all good. No, you can swear all you want, girl.
The
C word. The C word.
I know, that's what I call it because my parents were very strict.
Yeah,
but
fair enough, girl.
I would be like, oh my god, like James from my primary school is going to be like, what the fuck is Bethany doing with my life?
Yes, I know. That's what
like,
you
why
think,
do
right?
I care?
I know.
And I shouldn't, but I was very nervous and I would go home and cry.
Oh.
I think 2023 was a very hard year because I just started the markets, so it was so fresh. Yeah. And I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm kind of embarrassed right now. Like, I'm looking at myself and I'm like, you're not at 1,000 followers, which is so pointless because you don't need to be. But I really cared a lot. Yeah. And then 2024 happened and I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a good way to be, like, because I still definitely care a bit now.
Yeah.
But not to the extent I used to. And I think it's also like New Zealand does have such tall poppy syndrome.
Oh, yeah. I haven't felt it too much, and I think that's because I don't really go like looking for it.
Yeah.
In that sense, where it's like I did really care back when I first started.
Same.
And so now I'm like, I have to think to myself, I so scared to post on Instagram. TikTok, I don't care. I'll literally show you my pimple. But it's Instagram, and I'm like, I don't want to be here right now.
I know.
I don't want to do this.
Instagram is like, that's where I'm like,
yeah, I'm so scared. Like, I'll post something and I'll actually get like a sore stomach because I'm so nervous.
And it's the thing for me is, because I don't really care that much, but as you say, it's when you go looking for it, it's when I can see the sends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does that have the same amount of sense as it does likes? But then now I've learned it's free marketing.
Exactly.
So thank you for talking shit about me.
Thank you so much for sending that.
I know. Oh,
yeah, that's definitely like one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get on.
But what I always think is Alex Earle posted for 2 years before anything crazy, and now everyone loves her. And I love her. I look at her, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like,
I
most
can't
of the
wait
people
to be in Happy Gilmore 3. Like, see you guys in Happy Gilmore 3.
I did watch Happy Gilmore too, and she's just like, I thought she was fully in it.
Yeah.
She's just like her podcast.
Yeah.
It's just like in there. I was like, oh my God, Slay. I love her. Like, she's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I just love watching real people, and so it's like, okay, well, I can't do anything more. I'm not gonna like manipulate myself and make it out like I'm someone 100%. I'm not. Like, I'm just gonna keep going with what I love and what I like to post. But there is times you can get caught up in the analytics of it.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, okay, what do I do to like get myself viral? But
I guess it'll just like feedback.
Yeah, exactly. So on content creation, because you're obviously doing your vlogs, as you say, and things like that, and I guess you're doing it as well through your whole job and everything you do. But when did you first get into content creation, and when did you realize it was something you wanted to turn into a career?
The first video I edited was for the markets, and I made this amazing CapCut video, and it had like all these transitions, and it was just like
noises,
flat lays and all that. And then I was like, wow, I can actually edit. Like, who knew? It's pretty easy to pick up.
Yeah.
That was the first thing where I started making Isla Market stuff. And if anyone listening, followed the Market TikTok, I would post daily vlogs on there. I think I did, it's so embarrassing. In my first year, I did like 100 days of recycled outfits.
That's so good. Oh, wait, I actually fully remember that
I used to post on the Markets, and if I look back, I genuinely cringe because like the camera was not clean.
Yeah.
I was in some random angles. I don't know. I think that's just like part of learning. But I used to post on the Market page, and that's kind of how I grew the following, because I was like, I don't do the Markets often enough to be posting every single day.
Yeah.
You know, I had to use myself.
Yeah.
So I did that, and then I was like, wow, I actually kind of like this. I want to do it for myself.
Yeah.
I want to build a personal following, and I want to want people to get to know me, and because that will hopefully help with the Markets. And then I started posting my daily vlogs, and I think the first vlog I made was, I'm leaving my 9 to 5.
Yeah.
What am I doing in my life? And I made that. And I look back on it still, and I'm like, she had no idea what she was doing. She just left because she didn't want to do it anymore. And I'm talking myself as a person.
That's good.
In my 4 weeks, because I had to give 4 weeks notice, I didn't know what I was doing. And my last 2 weeks is when everything fell into place. Yeah. Which is crazy. Like, for the first 2 weeks, I was like, I can't do this. What am I going to be doing? Be homeless. But yeah, that's when I was kind of like, okay, if I'm going to do this, like, let's do this. Like, let's start. I was just like, if I don't start now, I always think to myself, like, you've got to be in the race to win the race. It's so cliche, but it's like, it's very much like that. You can't expect to have something if you're not working for it. And I was like, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna try, I'm gonna make these vlogs. Not even that I've like blown up at all. Like, I think I'm on 2,000 and hit 1,000 this year, but it's like
so good though.
Yeah, it's cool that I kind of have something to look back on, and a lot of it is my progress, which is really cool. And I'm still learning. Cool. Like, I make content for my clients as well, so it's cool in that sense that I can be in it and learn.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the time...
And have different styles as well.
Yes. You do, like, if you are trying to be a social media coordinator or something like that, brands are more likely to hire you if they've seen you can do something for yourself.
Yes.
That's where I became really lucky with Isla Markets, because I wouldn't have gotten Remix internship if I didn't have my Markets. Probably wouldn't have got Ed and I either, because, like... You can't expect to send a CV that's like on Word.
Yeah.
And for a social media position, it's like, no, you have to actually show something that you have.
Yes, yeah.
And so that's when that was really helpful. And I just like showed my experience with Isla Markets. Like I learned that all myself and how to do that. And then, it just kind of fell into like making content and being
so cool. It's like, yeah, and it's even like you're saying, like only 2,000. That's like 2,000 people who constantly go, boom, I'm going to follow you. You know, like
most of them are like brand managers.
Yeah,
do you get those? They're like brand managers, like we want to work with you with like diamonds, and I'm like, delete.
Get out of here. But no, it's like, and it's all watching the progress and everything.
Yeah,
it's like when I, I'm sure we both can go back from our videos, like how we used to edit, as you're saying, like didn't clean the phone and stuff like that. Like literally, like this is my first episode on a camera.
Yeah.
And I've been
You're going to look back and be like, why did I do that?
Yeah, exactly.
But like, it's cool at the time.
It's cool at the time. It was in at the time. What was it like to finally take the leap into running your own businesses and projects, and what helped you make that decision?
Oh, I think I said like, Isla Markets happened because I really wanted to do something, and I liked the idea of having a clothing market, and everything kind of stemmed from like my passion for fashion. I sound like a brat still. Like that.
Passion for fashion.
Yeah, that's kind of how that came about. And then with the freelancing, it just happened, and I just had to go with it. I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like I didn't really I wasn't like 6 months ago like, I'm going to start freelancing now. It was just like, I didn't know I was freelancing until I think I had to sign something, and it was like job title, and I was like, well, I'm not a student anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a campaign manager. And then I was like, I'm a marketing freelancer.
So cool. It's literally go you. And actually, in saying that is something that you used to do. What happened to your podcast?
Oh, so I had a podcast called Can We Be Friends? And we just had a major falling out.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I'm kidding. I had the podcast with Stella Sweeney from Stella Claire. I'm sure you know,
I know
all about her. I met her at the Women to Watch conference, and like I said, like we just spoke to each other the whole time. When we weren't watching Edna, we were talking to each other. We went to the bathroom, and then we kind of had this idea. I had never met her. I think I had messaged her because she was doing a pop-up, and I was like, hey, girl, like I have all these racks. I didn't realize her parents own like a fashion brand.
Yeah, so crazy.
And they have a store downstairs. Like she had racks. She was sorted.
She has all the racks.
I was just like trying to make.
That's so cute.
It was like my first year. I was like, I just want to meet people, like-minded people, and I loved her business. And so I messaged her, and then I was just like, oh, are you going to this Women to Watch conference? And she's like, yeah, I actually am. And I was like, oh my God, so am I. But she was like spoken about on our podcast before, but I messaged the like Women to Watch conference first, and I was like, could you please seat me next to Stella Sweeney?
So cute. So she's a hustler.
I know. Well, I was like, I really hated going to things by myself when I'm very anxious. And so I was like, I just want to know that someone's going to be there. I'm going to sit next to them. So I'm just going to message. And like, if it doesn't work out, it's fine. We ended up going. We meet before, like outside Park Hyatt. And we're like, hi, you know, like meeting each other for the first time. And then I'm not even kidding. Like, we hit it off so well.
Cute.
Like, we actually get along like a house on fire. It was crazy. And I've never met really someone like Stella. The first time we met each other, we filmed a whole haul of what we got. Like, so can you imagine doing that?
Straight away.
Straight away. Like, no, like, introduction. It was just like we kind of had this thing where we were like, okay, let's do it. And then I said to her, hey, I've always wanted to do a podcast. Like, I feel like we would be really cool because, like, we don't know each other. Like, this could be really fun to get to know each other in that sense. And then that was must have been September, like the same time you were going. And then in January, after like planning it, coming up with a name, she was obviously a graphic designer. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to, you know, you're perfect. I don't know if she's actually a graphic designer, but she did design in school. She had uni, I think. Adobe skills. Yeah. Which was perfect.
Yeah. She ain't on that Canva.
She ain't on Canva. She was on Adobe.
I'm that Canva.
I know. And then she like did a photo shoot. We had a photo shoot at her house.
That was so cute. I literally see those photos in my head right now.
I know. That was so much fun. And that was like me working for Remix. And like, I was just so new to that whole thing. And I was like, this is so cool. And we just, we got along so well. And then we had the podcast, which we did, I think, 6 or 7 episodes where we go to a studio out in like West Auckland. So it'd take us ages to get there. And also, coincidentally, she was living the street behind me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I used to rent out in Mount Eden, and she lived the street behind me. Which was so weird. And then we started going to like running clubs together. So we became like quite close. And then she obviously moved to Queenstown, and she's just living her best life. So
she's slaying.
The podcast did end, and I think it was for the best because financially I don't think I could have kept up with it. I think I would probably be either in a serious loan or like bankrupt.
Yeah.
Because I was very homeless. My fear is being homeless. But it was a lot, but it was so cool at the time. Like, it was exactly
such a fun experience.
Yeah, and it was such a
I love podcasts.
Yeah, but it's like it brings out your confidence, and like I definitely wouldn't be able to talk the way I am now if I didn't have that. Yeah. And that was just like that was such a necessary step. That was a canon event, you know.
It's such a canon event.
Like, that was the step that I needed to be where I am. I think I always remember like Ed saying like you have people who's like reason, season, or like forever. And she was definitely like a reason. Like, she was what I needed like to get to where I am.
Oh, I love that.
I always have time for her. Like, she is amazing. We still talk, but like she's living her best life. I do need to go down to Queenstown though.
Yeah.
It's just so weird how you meet someone and like we only knew each other like that one day, but because we just had like the same interests.
Very like-minded.
Yeah, which was crazy. It was so random.
Cool. So what like big falling out.
I know, yeah. So we fought so much. Big falling out, big drama, and it just had to all come to an end.
It's done. Bye, Stella. Love her. Love you, Stella. So next question was, how do you stay so consistent and motivated, especially on the days when you're not feeling it?
That's a good question. So I feel like I'm a very driven person. There are days when I don't want to get out of bed. I'm not someone who is in the sense, or like I was never confident. If you had met me 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't speak to you. I was very much in my shell. I wasn't an out there person at all. Like, was very comfortable with the life. Like my friends, I had all my friends and all that stuff, and I just never put myself out there. Which is why I think when people are like, I'm a bit surprised that I'm doing all of this, because like I never talked. And I don't even remember the question.
But now you're so consistent and motivated on the days when you're not feeling it.
So now I'm like, I use my diary, obviously, which helps me stay consistent. I plan everything literally to the T. So when I got back from Europe, I decided that I wanted to start posting 3 times a day because I want to make this my career. Like, I love it so much. I love posting. I love people coming behind the scenes. I love them seeing my work. Just, I want to be that person where it's like, I want to give off authentic content, and I want people to know you don't have to have this aesthetic lifestyle where everything is like clean and like beautiful. It's like, no, I wake up and I am a mess. Like, I don't even know how to describe it because I don't think there's even a way, but it's like, I'm not put together at all. Yeah. I'm the least put together person.
Like you say.
I don't know what I'm doing. I just do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if I just want to do that, I do, which is probably why it seems like motivation. I get a lot of work guilt. Yeah. And that's something that I'm really struggling with. But I mean, like, it works out because I like get the work done. Yeah. But if I'm lying in bed, I am like, I should be filming. I should be getting up and recording a TikTok. What am I doing? What are you doing with yourself, Bethany? Why are you just like laying down?
I need that.
It's like good and bad.
It's also like always on your mind. Like,
it's pretty. I should probably go to a therapist for that. But this is what this is.
This is it.
I know, and it's like I suffer. I have a lot of work guilt. I should be doing more. I should be doing that more. Why aren't you doing that?
So much though. Like,
thank you.
If you think like, well, even if you just mark up all the things you do, like.
I think personally for me, and this is probably just like the whole thing with tall poppy syndrome, is that I only look at the negative stuff. Yeah. I'm not looking at the positive side. That doesn't matter to me. I care because that failed. Yeah. Like, if you ask me how my day is, I'll probably tell you I'm so tired. Yeah. Because that's just my default. And as I just go straight to the negative. Like, I'm never a positive person. But then it's like, I need to switch that, where it's like, I need to know, like, I obviously, when I do have like the times where I reflect on that, I'm like, oh my God, wait, so you're telling me that I just got self-employed last year, was like basically had no income, but I funded my whole Europe trip. Like, that's crazy. Like, I did that all myself. And like, I look back and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm so proud of this person that I've become, which is really cool. But I am still having those times where it's like I wake up and I'm like, okay, I should be doing that. Yeah. So a part of that is like, with the 3 posting that I want to do a day, when I came back from Europe, I was like, I need to do more. I need to do this. I need to do that. Like, I'm not going to get there if I don't do that. Yeah. I think comes a lot from when I was in year 12, I really wanted to be prefect and house captain. Like, I wanted it so bad. I would like think about it more.
Like, I'm doing this.
Like, I wanted that. And I just would be like, what do I have to do to get this? What do I have to do to get this? I need to do more. I need to do more. And then I knew I wanted it, and then I would do like the necessary actions. You know, like I'd go to a teacher and be like, oh, I really want to be house captain. Like, what else can I do to help? And I think that shows a lot of initiative when you do that. And that's when it clicked for me, where I was like, if I want to do that, like, oh my God, I can fucking go do that. Yeah. Like, what's stopping me from going to do that? And that really unlocked a piece where it's like, if I want to do something, I need to do it. And that then turned into work guilt, which probably was quite bad. But yeah, now what I'm doing is I have a content schedule. Good. For myself, which is quite funny, but it's the only way I stay consistent. I know what things I need to film on what day, what things I'm posting on what day. I do it for myself. I should probably do it for my markets, but I think my mind would blow.
Yeah, you've got too much.
And like at the moment, I am prioritizing myself.
As you should.
So that's kind of where I'm staying consistent. And I think you always see like an end goal. I think with social media, it's hard because you have the highest of the highs and you have the lowest of the lows. Yeah. And you have a lot of like dissatisfaction. Like you have more dissatisfaction than you do 100%. Satisfaction, which is really sad and scary. And you can get into your head a lot, which is not very nice. That's like the downside of social media. And then the upside where it's like, oh my God, I've entertained someone. This is really cute. Yeah. But there is a lot of downside to it where it's like, well, I didn't do that well. I need to refilm that. Is this even going to be good enough? Yeah, it's not good, but like that's the reality of it. No, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I do this and this, and like I just film on the days that I feel like filming. It's like, no, I am strict,
committed.
Yeah, it's like I want this.
Yeah.
I want to do this.
And I think the thing is, it's like we've got to go through it to get to it, like, unfortunately. And like it's the work guilt is hard though, like, because like you do so much, so you shouldn't like be thinking like I'm not doing enough, because you do so much. And like you should be so proud of yourself. But also then the thing is as well, when like I do the same thing, I kind of view the negatives. I'm like, oh, people didn't listen to this, or people didn't watch this. But it's also like
so bad.
In my head, I'm like, there's just a time and it's going to come. And like, as you say, with how you got like Island Markets and then you got all these other amazing jobs, it's like, it all happens. It all happens.
All happens for a reason.
People are watching.
Yeah.
Like, even if they're not liking or
I know.
there's people watching.
But like, that's me though. Like, I'm not someone who like just follows someone randomly. Like, I've got to invest in time. And so I get it, but it's just like, you can't help but think that, which is kind of scary.
Follow me.
Everything does happen for a reason. I just have this number in my head where I'm like, 27. That's when it's all going to click.
Okay.
And I'm going to be okay. And I tell people that and they're like, okay. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel like 27 is when it's all going to happen.
Yeah.
I might be homeless. Like, that's what's happening. I don't know. But like, for me, when I turn 27, please, I just feel like that's kind of, I'm working up for that point.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Well, it's good to have a goal instead of like always just keep on going and going and going. Like, it's good to have like a thing.
Do set like mini goals, which is I find to be quite helpful.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just feel like there's no method to it unless you sort of do it.
You figure it out. You have your own way. Like, we've all got our own ways of doing it.
But like, it's so subjective too. Like, it's not. I think it's very different to like going to the gym. Like, okay, if you stay consistent every day, go to the gym, you're obviously going to be more tone and lean.
Yeah, you're going to see
If you post every day on TikTok, you're probably maybe going to have some viral videos, but you're not going to be Alex Earle. Like,
no, exactly.
That you can't, like, I think that's the hardest thing.
It's such a good comparison though. Like,
because I was thinking about that. I was like, everyone says like post 3 times a day for like 10 weeks and then you'll be famous. It's like,
no,
that's not going to happen unless you're putting like value into your videos.
Yeah. And time and editing.
Exactly. And it's like, well, sometimes that doesn't even work out.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's very subjective and it's
a
difficult race to be in, I won't lie.
It really is. But we're doing it. You're doing such a good job.
And so are you though. Like, it's huge putting yourself out there. And I say it all the time, like, coming from someone who had to do that, it's like, I admire anyone who does it. Because it's not easy. Like, behind the scenes, like, holy crap, it's a lot of tears.
It's a lot
more than people think.
It's stressful.
Yeah, but we're not going to go out there and say all the bad stuff because that's not entertaining.
Yeah, and like my digital footprint. Bye. Done.
I know.
But that's part of it. And to be honest, I don't have any
specifically
thrush. There's
but
a lot out
there. Though. It's like you're being open.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we need more of. Authentic
literally
people.
Open. Spreading my legs. So everybody wants to know. Our last question is, like I've got a whole team behind me.
Just Jerry in the back watching us.
What's your best piece of advice for someone who's thinking of leaving the 9 to 5 and starting their own business or creative project?
Ooh, if you are planning to leave your 9 to 5, I would say you don't have to have it all figured out. You should have an idea. I don't want to recommend anyone to leave their 9 to 5 and then just like not do anything. You definitely have to look. One, can you support yourself? I think for me, I'm very fortunate and I'm so grateful I live at home. So it's a lot more easy than some people. And I definitely wouldn't be in the position I was in. I wouldn't be in the position I am in if it wasn't for the fact that my mum and her partner are so nice and let me stay, because it would be a whole different circumstance.
Yeah.
You know, like, like, I don't need to say what like things I'm very grateful for, but like that sense would be very hard for someone else. Leaving your 9 to 5 is very subjective.
Yeah.
And it is dependent on what sort of responsibilities you have. But if you are in a position where, you know, you can leave, then I would definitely recommend just like, what are you passionate about?
Yeah.
You can't start something if you don't know your why and your passion and what you want to achieve, because you're going to go down a very confusing hill and it's going to be pretty rough.
No,
I won't lie. Like, if you don't know what you really, like, you don't have to have it all figured out, but if you don't really have an idea, it's going to be really hard to stay on a path to what you want to do. But yeah, I love it. I love the flexible working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know really what else. I think for a lot of things that I get asked is people from uni, like, how do I get into this? Like, what do I study? So I studied business, majoring in management, which has nothing to do with marketing. I hated marketing. I did my first marketing paper and I was like, I'm never studying this. I don't care. I was literally like I do not care what people, like, consumers think. Like, you know, and now I find it so interesting. And then I studied psychology because I wanted to be a psychologist.
I studied psychology.
Yeah. I was like really determined to do that. And then it's hard. It's a lot harder than what people think. And again, like, people who study psychology, I'm like, I don't even know how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You take on someone else's problems. I'm too much of an empath.
Yeah, empath,
to take on, like, someone else.
Same. It would actually have me, like, riled. I'd be so anxious all the time. Like,
I know. I'm already such an anxious person. Anyway.
So anyway, though.
Yeah, anyway. But I think just if you're in year 12 or year 13, like, you don't have to have it all figured out. I wanted to be a lawyer. When I left school, I wanted to study law. I wanted to go traveling. I wanted to do so many things before I realized I wanted to be a marketing freelancer.
Yeah.
And I'm 24.
And you're slaying.
You know, you don't need to go and you don't need to know exactly what you're doing. But when I was younger, I totally get why people are asking. Because I was literally like, what do I have to do?
Yeah, I know.
Tell me everything.
It was like even like you wanting to be prefect as well. It's like, what do I do? Like,
and like that was the most important thing to me at that time. I think definitely
you're like, it's so important.
It's so important. I'm gonna have such a good CV. I was so focused on that. But yeah, I would definitely say experience as well. I think a lot of people do bag on free internships. And if you were to ask me when I was working my 9 to 5, would you ever do a free internship? I'd say hell no.
Yeah.
Why are you not paying someone for their time? Now that I've done one through Remix, I kind of see it. You are gaining a lot of experience.
Yeah.
If you're working for free for the right company, amazing. You're going to learn so much. But if you aren't doing it for the right company, that's probably not worth your time. Definitely look at what opportunity you have. Make the connection. When I was doing my Remix internship, like, we have a lot of interns that go through Remix. Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
If you want it, you can get it.
Yeah.
It's just you have to have the initiative to go and do it. And it is very scary to see. A lot of people probably don't have that sort of initiative or, like, proactiveness, which is like, if no one's going to hand that to you. Like, if you want that, I'm not going to say, like, hey, here's this. Here's a job. You know, like, have this. No one's going to say that to you ever. And if you just know that, like, you have to go and get that. Yeah, so I think that's what kind of helped me really in the sense of how I got into the industry is no one's going to hand it to you. You have to go and get it. You have to work. When I was at Remix, I pretended like I was getting paid. You know, I was like, I'm here as a paid person. Like, I'm going to act like a paid person. No problem is too small.
Yeah,
like, exactly. I'm going to run and go get whatever it takes. Like, I literally, whatever it took.
Yeah,
I would committed, like, do that. And that's just what helped me. I think I've got the same mindset where it's, I see it holistically rather than short term. Like, this is going to help me in the next 10 years. You know, it's like, I'm not seeing it like, oh, they're not.
Then now.
Yeah, like,
you're seeing it.
And I think people need to sort of switch that mentality that it's like, it's all going to contribute to something bigger, but no one's going to tell you, hey, in 5 years, like, this is going to happen. Like, no one's going to tell you that. So you have to put in the work.
I think you need like a new, I know you've got enough jobs already, but like, you literally need to be a life coach.
A life coach?
No, I'm literally inspired. I'm like, wait, I'm going to eat it all night tonight. But
that's the thing is, like, I love that. And it's the adrenaline. And that's the thing that I love the most. Like, when I started, so I took on wanting to also be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I actually had 100 subscribers.
Yay!
So that's a big win. We'll talk about the big things instead of the negative things. But I found that really cool. And that just came from a passion where it's like, I love sharing myself. And I was really excited to start that. I had my camera and like, I was up all night editing. Like, I just love that. And you get really into something. Yeah. Well, it's like, I have this idea where I want to collab with a business and I'll spend all night making a Canva proposal and I'll send it to them and I'm like, this is the greatest idea ever. Yeah. And it doesn't work out and I'm like, what? But it's like, you have that passion and that is so, so cool. Like, don't ever let that spark go because like, that's why you're here. Yeah. You know, like, I thought what did I do in my first year? I think when I had the markets, my first year, I like collabed with Clean Collective. And I was like,
gosh, cool.
Oh my God, like this is so cool. And I was so excited.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just always look back and go, you found that cool. Like that is still cool now. Like, you know, like you did that. Or it's like, you'll be like talking to a brand and like, don't forget that like that's cool, you know? Because you can get very lost in it, but just like keep being
reminding, and reminding yourself of those wins.
Yeah, like, and you have days where it's shit. Trust me, I've had so many days, and I was talking to Hannah Koumakis, who also owns Dear Community, Dear Brights. She's another power woman who's insane. And it's like, the amount of times you've been like, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk away. And then you talk to yourself and you're like, wait, but I love what I do.
Why would I walk away?
And you got to remember your why and like why you're passionate and why you're driven. And that's sort of what keeps me going. You know, like it fuels you. You're getting my energy.
I am literally like,
I'm an advocate for it. Yeah, I'm like, let me, what else can I take on?
Yeah.
You want me to edit for you?
Yeah, literally life coach right here. Yeah. No, but it's just like, even I think for people that are in that position, or just even in a people like for listeners, don't think this is a full no shade on 9 to 5, but it's even inspiring to 9 to 5, as I do the 9 to 5 as well. It's like, you know, pushing and wanting more, you know, wanting to get that promotion, there's so many, I think it's just like the whole thing that you like really encompass as well is just drive, like being so driven. It's really admirable. So it's just, I think for anyone listening as well, it's just like, it's just about drive and your why.
Exactly. Like, it's like you could be so passionate about your 9 to 5, and that's so cool. I wish I had that too. I'd be so comfortable. But like that's
I want to be scared of being homeless every day.
I'm so scared. But like that, it's, you know, like passion is so subjective, and I think people forget that. And I think as well, it is very interesting. People who aren't on social media, you know, often don't look at their successes as much because like I'll see my friends and that, and they'll be like, oh my God, you're so successful. And I'm like, wait, but like there's people who are getting promotions in their jobs and that who also work just as hard. And we're not really telling them they're successful because they're not posting about it online, which is their prerogative. Like they don't need to do that. But don't think I'm more successful because I post it online. Like that's just what I've chosen to do with my work. But there's so many people out there.
Yeah, but I think it's also a great way like to be like that, to be able to recognize like you're very self-aware in the fact. Whereas I think that's the issue with sometimes with people who create content and stuff is they don't show all that other stuff. Or they kind of get all like in their head and don't recognize like
there's other people
in the world that do like other things and like you know like
you're not you know like you're not successful because you post content. Oh, like I have a business. Like I guess I'm successful, but it's like I'm not as successful as someone who's gotten the promotion at their job that they've been working for since they graduated. Like that is success too.
Yeah, there's so many different successes.
Yeah, like don't put me in a different bracket, please, because I don't like that.
Let me in. Oh, well, I love it. Well, and I'm so grateful for you to come on. I'm so inspired, and literally, I was gonna like say follow Beth on everything, but there's
coming out.
There's
Other
Markets,
101.
There's Ed and I, there's Remix, there's Color Analysis, there's her new life coaching system.
My new life coach. You know, people think my name's called Bethy.
Really?
My Instagram is Bethy Pitts.
Oh wait, it is, but I
literally had that since I started Instagram.
I just always thought of you as Beth.
2013. Oh yeah, 2013 when I had that, which is crazy. But yeah. It's been so cool and it's so nice to talk to you. When does this podcast come out?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Wait, what day? Because you might just be before the day of my market.
Oh my God.
My market date is Sunday, the 17th of August.
It'll be on Sunday, the 17th of August.
Oh my God, stop. It's going to come out that day. It's actually my first Sunday and I'm really nervous. So if you're listening to this, like, I might be either really happy or really crying because I hope
it'll be
come.
fire. It'll be
I'm
amazing.
Really worried about that too, being homeless and having no one show up.
They will, don't you worry. But thank you so much for coming on. I've loved it so much and I'm so excited for everyone to listen to this.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.